In this sample video, we look at how to listen properly. Are you really listening? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. In today's high-tech, high-speed, high-stress world, communication is more important than ever. Yet we seem to devote less time to really listening to one another, and genuine listening has become a rare gift. The gift of time. Listening will allow you to build relationships, solve problems, resolve conflicts, improve accuracy, and a lot more. Effective listening can mean fewer errors and less time wasted because you've understood it properly the first time. Listening is by far one of the most, if not the most useful skill that you will use as a leader, as a parent, and as a friend. Firstly, you need to ask some key questions of yourself. Do I appreciate what the following person is trying to convey? What is more important to me? To correct them as amendments or stay present and listen? Would I rather be right or engage in genuine dialogue? Am I judging or am I listening? We're going to work our way through a number of tips to help you develop effective listening. Step 1 is to face the speaker and maintain eye contact. Really show that person that you are listening to them. Talking to someone whilst they scan the room, study a computer screen or look at the phone is like trying to hit a moving target. The person's attention is totally divided and they end up only half listening, and in that situation you're better off saying, I don't have the time. Think back to when you were a child, or if you have children. What would you do if your child wasn't looking at you when you were talking to them? You'd say, look at me when I'm talking to you. But that's not the sort of thing that you can say to an adult. We seem to have lost some of those skills. However, in most Western cultures, eye contact is considered a basic component of effective communication, and moreover a mark of disrespect when your eye contact is not there. In most Asian cultures, you cannot disengage eye contact until the other person has left the room. So the key point is, when you're listening, look each other in the eye. It doesn't mean that you can't have a conversation across the room from another room, but if the conversation continues for any length of time, you and the other person need to get up and move to make sure that the conversation is face to face. The desire for better communication puts you together. You want to listen to those people, to ignore papers, books, the phone and other distractions, and look at the individual. Some factors may inhibit this, such as shyness, uncertainty, shame, or other emotions such as cultural barriers may inhibit eye contact with some people, and under some circumstances you can excuse the lack of eye contact. But you need to stay focused yourself. You need to remain focused and present to what the person is saying, and they'll be far more likely to divulge more information to you. To experience empathy, you must put yourself in the person's place to understand what that person is feeling and saying in that moment. It's not an easy thing to do. It takes energy and concentration, but it is a generous and helpful thing to do and facilitates communication and listening like no other. Following on from that, give the speaker regular feedback through facial expressions and body language. If you're mentally putting yourself in that situation and empathizing, then your body will naturally follow. For example, when you're happy, your face will naturally light up if you are vividly imagining and putting yourself in that particular situation. Remove that feeling of ego from this situation. You can support that with phrases like, it's amazing, you must be so proud, that's brilliant, or that's terrible, I'm sorry you had to go through that. If the speaker's feelings are hidden or unclear, then you could simply say, tell me more about that. The idea is to give the speaker some proof that you are listening and that you are following that train of thought. So finally, pay attention to what is not being said. We often communicate a great deal of information about each other without saying a word. Even over the telephone, or when you speak to somebody that you've not seen for a while, or part of your team that you know well, you can hear the tone of voice, you can hear the change or the subtleties within that voice before anything has been really said. You know well when somebody phoned up, immediately you know there's bad news or good news. Face to face with the person, you could detect enthusiasm, boredom, or irritation. Very quickly, an expression around the eyes, the mouth, the slope of the shoulders And these are clues that you simply cannot ignore. For example, if someone tells you that they are happy with their life through gritted teeth or with tears rolling down, you should consider that the non-verbal messages are in conflict. Maybe they don't mean what they say. Listening, therefore, is not just a matter of you using your ears, but your eyes as well.